For me, it was the internship, and this is why I also advise every single person here to take an internship. My father pushed me to be a doctor. My mother wanted me to be an engineer. We're like 6 kids. And my father was like, you're the second last one. And none of the siblings above you were doctors. So I want at least you to be a doctor because you're a bit smart at school. What ended up happening, I got rejected from medical school, but during my gap year, I was like, you know what? Am I really able to be a doctor? What is the best way for me to discover, can I be a doctor or not? So I went and did an internship in one of the hospitals for 7 days. What ended up happening? Every single day after my work in that internship, I would go home and cry all day long because I don't like to be with people's pain. What ended up happening is that I discovered doctor is not meant for me. I cannot be a doctor. So what my key point here is, if you don't know what you want to do, and if somebody's pushing you to become a doctor or an engineer, go take an internship. Go randomly bump into any company. Tell them I'll work for you for free. I'll pay you. I'll pay you to work here. I just want to take the experience. I just want to see how does it feel like to be a civil engineer. I just want to see how it feels like to be a dentist. So take an internship. My third point and third must-do that you guys all should do is choose passion over skill. Now this is a very, very, very important point because I remember when I was 17 years old and I was put in a situation to manage more than 1,300 people who were supposed to volunteer for Run the World Festival in 2012. If any of you guys remember, if any of you guys have volunteered for that, I was managing 1,300 people. Was I experienced enough to do that? No. Was I skilled to send emails? Yes. Was I skilled to talk to people? Yes. But what made me do a really cool program for young people, for 1,300 people, and help them achieve the maximum out of their volunteering experience is my passion behind leading people. And that's when I say passion always comes before your skill. So understand what you're really passionate about and not what you're skilled at. Because you might be skilled at maths, but you might not be passionate about it. Do something illegal. Trust me, do something illegal. Not drugs, not alcohol, not stuff like that, but do something illegal that has not a lot of consequences. I'll share a little story here. When I was in the last year of my high school, I was a very annoying kid and I always wanted to leave a mark on my school that AB studied here. What I did, I went out with a couple of friends, bought a couple of spray cans, and we decided to leave on the mark of all the school building, AB and all our friends' names and everything. Is that a good thing that I'm telling you to do? No, your principal is right here, don't do that. But what ended up happening, we got caught by the principal. They brought in my father, they brought in my mother. They were saying that we will suspend you from the school for your entire life. You will never get admission into any university. You will not sit for the board exams, all that kind of stuff. The stress is all over me. But what I learned from that one little illegal experience was the fact that am I able to face the consequences of the actions that I take? It made me a person who was stronger than ever. It made me deal with other people's anger, rejection, frustration, and their madness over me. It made me deal with something that I was proud of. Not really, but I was really proud of because I took a decision and I had to actually deal with the consequences. So my advice to you is that do something illegal, but be ready. Be ready for the consequences you're going to face. Taking a decision is not that easy. You just need to be ready to be able to deal with the consequences. Fifth point. Dance in the mirror. Who here dances in the mirror? Be open. Oh my God. Okay. But when I say dance in the mirror, it doesn't really just mean that I just want you guys to stand in front of the mirror and just dance, go crazy. No. I want you to go crazy, but still look at that person who's in the mirror dancing in front of you. Challenge him. Understand what he wants. Look into his eyes and feel what he or she is capable of. Lose yourself. Open your mind. Discover who that person is. Do that once a while. Do that once every week actually. Wake up in the morning, go take a shower, come back and dance in front of the mirror and challenge the person in the mirror who can dance better. Because that will help you understand who you are. Find a mentor. To me, my mentor was the person who started the youth company, and he's been always supporting me for the last 4 to 5 years. But what I advise you guys is that throughout your life, you guys are always going to face some consequences and situations in your life that you will be very, very confused. You always want that one phone call resource that you just pick up your phone, call that person, and ask him, hey, I'm stuck here, help me out. That person a mentor's job is not to give you resources. If you're out of money, he will tell you, I'm not going to give you money. His job is not to give you resources. His job is to give you the right and the perfect advice for you to get out of the situation. Because advices cannot be materialized. Hang out with someone, hang out with a stranger, and share everything. Who here has dared to go to a restaurant, sit with somebody that they don't know, and talk about life? Anyone? Very few people. Try it. Go to a restaurant randomly. Choose a person who's sitting alone. Sit with them. Ask them, I want to share about life with you. I just want to talk. I don't want money from you. I'll pay for your dinner. I'll just sit and talk about my life, my past, and my future. What am I going to do in the next 2 years, next 5 years, 10 years? And I want to understand what you want to do in the next 5, 10 years. Maybe we can share some life experiences and help each other learn more from each other. It will be a life-changing experience, but above all, you will look at life from a whole different way. Because when you have a stranger understanding where you've been, or what you've gone through, or what you're aiming to do, what you're aspiring for, that stranger will give you an advice that will blow your mind. Because this person is looking at your life from a third person's view. All the time, you're always hanging out with your friends and family, and if you share your life with them, they will not really advise you the way that a third person or a stranger would. So, hang out with a stranger and share everything about your life. Number 8, this is a tough one, especially a guy my age. I'm 21, I'm very independent. But I tend to do, there was once in my life where I had no money for at least a whole week. And I had no place to live because my parents lived very far. We were all in Doha, but we lived very far. And I had no money to live, no money to eat, no money to go travel, no money to go from point A to point B, and I have meetings and I have work pressure and all that. But what ended up happening is that when I had no money on me, I tried calling a couple of few important people in my life. And when I asked them about, hey, bro, I'm out of money, can you help me out? Half of them said no. But the other half said, I don't have money too, but I will borrow money for you because I believe in what you're doing is right. I believe in you. And I believe that you know what you're doing in your life. So my money, if I give it to you, it won't be at risk. This is the time when you have no money, trust me. If you have no money for at least a week and you're trying to figure out how you're going to eat, how you're going to travel, how you're going to sleep, that's the time when you're going to figure out who your real friend is and who you can rely on in every single hard time in your life. So try to spend a week having no money. Number 9, cry once a while before going to bed. Not because you did something absolutely bad, but because you remember something. Because in your workout, you did that 20 minutes extra workout. Because when you wanted to run, you ran 2 miles extra and it hurts too much. Because one of the past experiences in your life was so much touching to you that you went through their Facebook profile and you went through their history. Cry, let it all out, at least once a week. Cry to your past experiences. Cry about what you have achieved in your life. Be proud when you cry though. Be proud of what you have done in your life. That crying does not mean that you're ashamed. It doesn't mean that that's something negative. It means that you're proud and you're letting it all out. The last one, a must do, if you really want to discover yourself in life, travel alone to a place where no one knows you. Because here, you're living with your friends, you're living with your family, you're never the real person you are. Get your passport, go to an embassy, take your visa, book your ticket, sit in the next flight available and go travel for at least 7 days without knowing what are you going to do in that city or in that country. Meet with new people, engage, walk on the street randomly, figure out who is there, what do people think about, or how do people think in a different part of the world. That itself is going to change the way you look at everyone, the way you look at yourself even. That's the last point to help you discover yourself. In the end, I just want to say that no one here is born a doctor. No one. No one here is born an engineer. Have you guys ever heard about a doctor or a news that came out that a doctor did a surgery and left some equipment in the human body? Yeah? Okay. Have you guys ever heard of those stories when a doctor is supposed to check a body part that's on the right side, but he ended up checking or doing a surgery on the left side? Anybody encounter that? Yeah, those are the type of people that are really pushed to do things. Those are not the people that really are passionate about doing it because they don't know who they are. They don't know, they haven't discovered themselves yet. Key advice here is that I hope these 10 points help you discover yourself. And that's it. Thank you.